Let's dive right into the absolute most pressing questions you've got about your workplace rights here in California. These laws are changing incredibly fast, and let's face it, your livelihood is on the line.
So let's start with a massive one that honestly confuses a lot of people. Can your employer actually fire you just for using cannabis off the clock?
While in most cases, absolutely not. California law now strictly protects your lawful, off-duty, off-site cannabis use. It's a total game changer.
Let's picture a super common scenario. Say you use legal cannabis on the weekend to unwind, right? Then you go in on Monday, take a traditional urine or hair test at work, and boom, you get fired because it shows past use. Well, guess what? That is now generally illegal. Employers can really only test for current, active, on-the-job impairment. They cannot punish you for what you did safely on your own time.
Okay, let's pivot to your paycheck, because this is huge. Do you have to be paid for time spent just waiting to clock in?
Yes, absolutely. The law firmly requires pay for all compensable time. You have the fundamental right to be paid for every single minute you are required to be present at your job. Think about it. If you are standing in some ridiculously long line just waiting to log into your system, or maybe you're stuck on a mandatory on-call shift where you can't really do your own thing, that counts as work. California's minimum wage applies to all of this time. Basically, if they make you wait, they absolutely have to pay you.
All right, let's look at a growing concern, especially for all you remote and hybrid workers out there. Can your boss secretly record your phone calls or video meetings?
The answer to that is a hard, absolute no. You see, California is what's called a two-party consent state under the California Invasion of Privacy Act.
Just imagine this situation. You hop onto a remote meeting from your home office, and your boss is using some sneaky tracking software to listen in or record the whole thing without telling you. That is a massive violation of your privacy. Both parties literally have to give clear consent before any confidential communication can be legally recorded.
So, if any of this shady stuff is happening to you, you're probably asking yourself the biggest, scariest question of all. How much is it actually going to cost me to fight back against my employer? Well, the answer is zero. There are absolutely zero upfront costs to get legal help. None.
And here is why. Reputable representation operates on what's called a contingency fee. In plain, everyday English, this means you pay absolutely nothing out of pocket. The firm only gets paid a percentage if, and literally only if, they win a financial recovery for you. Seeking justice is entirely risk-free on your end.
Which, of course, leads us perfectly to our next point. If you do decide to take action and stand up for yourself, what kind of compensation can you actually win in a case? The scope of what you can recover is pretty incredible, actually. You could potentially win back your lost wages, we're talking both past and future pay, plus compensation for the mental and emotional distress they put you through. You can even recover out-of-pocket expenses and, in some cases, punitive damages. It is really all about getting your life and your finances totally back on track.
But here is a harsh reality. Your employer, they are going to manufacture excuses for their bad behavior. They always, always do. But the right legal team, specifically Bibion Law Group, will completely tear those excuses down piece by piece, ensuring that you are made whole again.
So why is Bibion Law Group the exact right choice to have in your corner for these situations?
It's simple, because they focus solely on California employment law. It is quite literally all they do. They aren't distracted trying to juggle car accidents or corporate mergers on the side. They are the ultimate champions for workers, bringing years and years of laser-focused expertise straight to your specific workplace problem. They've built a real powerhouse team of nearly 20 seasoned lawyers who know exactly how to tackle complex, intimidating cases, and they do it without blinking an eye. Plus, they are backed up by 40 dedicated support team members. This means you are completely updated every single step of the way. You're never just left in the dark wondering what's going on with your case. And honestly, the results absolutely speak for themselves. They have successfully recovered tens of millions of dollars for mistreated employees. We're talking real-world, life-changing results against giant, intimidating employers. As their team states so perfectly, wherever there is a California employee being taken advantage of, we are here to lend a helping hand. They literally act as your protective shield when you're feeling bullied or powerless in the workplace.
So please don't let your employer bully you into silence. The law is firmly on your side, and you have an expert team ready to step in. Are you ready to take your power back with a free consultation? Reach out to Bibion Law Group today and vindicate your rights.